morning, guys. Welcome to today's workout. So today we have a 15 minutes up ladder. The numbers goes up as 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and so forth for 15 minutes. The movements, you're going to be doing sit-ups, kettlebell, dumbbell suitcase deadlift, and then dumbbell high pulls, okay? So before that, we're gonna do a little bit of work. We're gonna be working for 12 minutes on 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off of those movements. So we're gonna be working with kneel press. So we're gonna do 40 seconds, 20 seconds on each side, rest 20 seconds. Split stance, squat, and plank row. So all those three movements, we're gonna be alternating every 20 seconds each side. And then you guys rest for 20 seconds. So 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Before that, we're gonna start with a warm-up as always, right? So the warm-up today is 2 rounds of 30 seconds of one movement, 30 seconds of a different movement, and then you rest for 30 seconds. So 30 seconds work, 30 seconds work, 30 second rest. We have 3 different movements. The first one, we're gonna be working with squat. So you're gonna be doing 30 seconds of squat, and then you're gonna bring your leg over the fence. Squat, over the fence, 30 seconds of that. The next 30 seconds, you're gonna hold at the bottom of the squat. Make sure your hip crease is below the knee, your knee is stretching your toe, and you're gonna hold here for 30 seconds. Then you're gonna rest 30 seconds. The next movement is gonna be shoulder taps and then plank hold. So we're gonna be working for 30 seconds on shoulder tap. Make sure nothing moves but your shoulder and your hand is touching your shoulder. So we're gonna be 30 seconds of shoulder taps and then follow straight by 30 seconds of plank hold. And then 30-second rest. And our last one is gonna be hollow rocks, followed by 30 seconds of hollow hold, and then 30-second rest, and then we're gonna do 2 rounds of this whole thing. So for the hollow rocks, what I'm looking for, you guys, you're gonna lay on your back, and you're gonna bring your knee to your chest, and your hands right in front here in this position. Then from here, I want you to think about bringing your hands overhead, and then letting your leg down, creating that tension right on your belly. So as soon as you create that tension, I want you to stop right there. And then from here, we're gonna hollow rock. So from the lower back to your upper back. And the goal here is to keep your leg nice and straight and not to touch the heel on the floor. So we want to create that tension, go as low as we can with our feet, but do not touch the floor. And another thing that I would like to mention here, it's not elevating the leg so high where you're breaking the hip, because then you're losing that tension. So make sure as you bring your leg up, you don't bring it nothing more than 45 degrees, because if you bring it higher, we start breaking that hip, so and then we're not being really efficient. So higher, 45 degrees, lower, just below you touch the floor. That's where we're looking for those hollow rocks. For the hollow hold, instead of rocking back and forth, you're just gonna hold there for 20 seconds, and I'm looking for that whole back on the floor, but your shoulder should be elevated from the floor. So from your lower back to your upper back here. So that's where I want you to be holding. Modification for those, you guys, if you can't do the hollow rock, you're gonna do tuck ups. So you're gonna bring your hands down and your knee towards the chest at the same time. So from here, so as your knee come up, your hands go down. And then you let your legs go all the way back down. So your knees and your hands move at the same time. Okay? For modification for the shoulder taps and the plank hold, you guys can stay on your knees. For this one, again, you're gonna Plank the same way. You're gonna do your shoulder taps on your knees, and you're also gonna hold in a plank position for your tap and your plank. For your squatting, if you're having a hard time with your hips, so you just go for a regular squat, and you don't have to go over the fence with your leg. So just a regular squats, nice and slow. And then for that pause at the bottom, just pause as low as you can. Okay, so those are the modification for the warm-up. Let's go over those 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off movement. So we talked about kneeled press, split stance squat, and then plank row. So we're gonna be working 20 seconds in one side, 20 seconds in the other side, and then 20-second rest, right? So for the kneel press, we're gonna stay on the knees, and you're gonna bring the dumbbell to your shoulder. So you're gonna start this movement by butt touching the heel, and from here, I want you to think about standing up as fast as you can and snapping that hip as fast as you can. So from here, as you stand up, you're gonna bring the dumbbell overhead, and then back down again. Every time you bring the dumbbell down, your butt goes towards your heels, okay? So we're gonna do 20 seconds in one side, then moving 20 seconds in the other side. So that's your kneel press. For the squat stance, the same pattern. We're gonna do 20 seconds in one leg, 20 seconds in the other leg. So for the squat stance, so we're gonna bring the dumbbell behind the neck. So both hands grabbing each side of the dumbbell. And from here, you're gonna take a step forward, just like you're gonna go for a lunge, okay? And from this position here, you're gonna go down all the way to your knee, so your knee touch the floor. And make sure that front leg, your shin is at 90-degree position. We don't wanna be leaning forward, okay? So from here, we're gonna stand up, and we're gonna lock both of the knees, and then we're gonna go down again. So we're not stepping, so it's not a lunge, it's just a split squat, okay? So we're gonna do 20 seconds in one side, then we're gonna alternate 20 seconds on the other side. Okay, so make sure your torso is dropping straight down, so we're not leaning too much forward. So we go straight, back and forth. So that's your split squat stance. And the last one is going to be your plank row. So you're gonna stay in a plank position. So you're gonna be 20 seconds in one side. So your feet is gonna be outside of your shoulder. That's gonna give you a little bit more stability. So from here, the dumbbell is gonna sit right under one shoulder. And from there, I want you to embrace your belly, like squeezing your rib cage together, squeezing your glutes together. Press that hand towards the ground, like really create tension in your body. And from there, I want you to roll that dumbbell. You're gonna touch your rib cage. And make sure that your body is not rolling with that dumbbell. I just wanna see your arm moving. Okay, so from here to the side, you're gonna do 20 seconds in one side, 20 seconds in the other side. Okay, so progression for those movements. For your plank row, you can also stay on your knees. If you can't, stay in a plank position. And from here, you're gonna do your 20 seconds on your knees. For your split squats, if you're having a hard time with holding the dumbbell, I want you to try it without anything. So we're just gonna do this. And you can also hold on into a chair or a wall. Make sure you're stable here to do that. And if this is still like beyond of what you can do, we're gonna go for squatting. Okay, so nice and regular squat for this one. That's going to be your modification. For the kneel press, if you're having trouble because you don't have a lot of momentum when you're in the knees, I want you to do it on standing position. So from here, you're gonna dip and press, dip and press. So that's gonna be the modification for your for those movements. Okay. Getting to the workout movement, sit-ups. For the sit-ups, we're looking for both feet touching the bottom together. That full extension is gonna hands reach over your head. And then you're gonna quick do a sit-up and hold in front of your toe. So we want that shoulder in front of the hips. And then we wanna fully extend the rib cage here by reaching your hands overhead. So that's your sit-ups. For your kettlebell deadlift suitcase, you're gonna hold the dumbbell in one side, so the one end of the dumbbell. And from here, we're gonna hinge the hips back. And we're gonna touch. What I'm looking for here is for that torso to be nice and tall, so we're not dropping that shoulder forward and we're not overextending our lower back. So make sure you keep that shoulder back and down and your torso goes together, everything goes together. Hips hinge back and the shoulders go back down as well in one full motion. Okay, so from there, if you are also, if you're struggling with going all the way down, the modification for this one, I want you to hinge the hips back and let that dumbbell just below the knee and then you stand up. So we don't have to be touching all the way down if you are losing your midline, if you're rounding your back too much. So I want you to think about just bringing below the knee and then you're standing up. Okay, so that's gonna be the modification for those suitcase deadlift. For the dumbbell high pull is gonna be our last movement. The dumbbell is gonna be sitting right between your feet. And then from here, we're looking to bring that dumbbell. So, and the dumbbell is gonna be sitting in a different, instead of both sides sitting on the ground, we're just gonna have one side stand, so the dumbbell is gonna stand nice and tall. From here, I want both of your hands gripping on that dumbbell. So by pushing the hips back, driving those knees out, reaching for that dumbbell. And then from here, what I'm looking for is that full extension of the hip, and then we pull right under the chin. There is no pausing here. I'm just doing nice and slow so you can see the movement breaking down. But what I'm looking for those high pull is quick and fast with the hip. And make sure that we're bringing those elbows high and outside every time and really locking those knees and the hips as you pull, okay? So you're gonna pull, full lock of the hips and the knees, down, and then go again. So that's your high pull. Also, the modification for this one, you guys, if you're having a hard time going all the way down to the floor, I want you to stay from a hang position. So you slightly push the knees back, and then you're gonna bring it elbows high and outside. To the side here, as you see, push those knees back. And that's what we're looking for those movements. All right, you guys, I hope you have fun. So 15 minutes of lots of work. Get a sweat on and feel good. So have a great day, you guys. Thank you.